ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः ॐ वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्रितं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय, सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। योग वशिष्ठ निर्वाण प्रकरण उत्तरार्ध 93 chapter 93rd. We are discussing about the end of the story of Pashan, golden rock, and Vasistha ji is explaining to Rama what happened when he saw the dissolution of that universe in that golden rock from outside. Then he started coming to his own place where he was meditating previously. When he came, he saw, he could not see his body. He saw some Siddha was sitting in his hut, and he was completely moored in samadhi, and Vasistha ji was narrating how he looked like. He was explaining to Rama. Means he was completely out of this world. He was moored in samadhi, and Vasistha ji saw him. He could not see his body. That point was our point of discussion. Why he could not see his body? Was the body seemed to be the heart, or how he could not see the body, but he saw the Siddha sitting in the heart? Well, how it is? उस कुटिया में जब मैंने अपना देह नहीं देखा और सामने उत्तम मुनि को देखा, तब वहाँ मैंने अपने शुद्ध अंतःकरण से यह विचार किया. When I could not see my body and could see only that Siddha sitting in the heart, I started contemplating in my pure intellect, pure antakaran. यह कोई बड़े सिद्ध महात्मा है. Vasistha ji thought this person would be some great महात्मा, मैंने पहले जैसे एकांत महाकाश की विश्राम के लिए इच्छा की थी, उसी तरह इन्होंने भी विश्राम के लिए इसको इच्छा की, इसकी इच्छा की और सत्य संकल्प प्रभाव से इस दिशा की ओर आ गए हैं। Vasistha ji thought, this person must be a great soul, and just as I was searching for a lonely place in the vast sky, similarly, this person must have been searching for some lonely place, and he must have seen this kutir. So by his subtle intellect, he could have seen this hut, what was built by my mental power. That means the mind of both will be similar. Then only he could see the mental structure built by Vasistha ji. So he thought, this person must be a great soul, and he must have come here for lookout of some lonely place, and he must have seen this. So he is sitting there. मैं समाधि योग्य एकांत स्थान पाऊं, इस चिंता से इन्होंने यहाँ आगमन किया है और यहाँ आकर सत्य संकल्प बस अपनी समाधि के योग्य यह कुटिया देखी है। Vasistha ji just was thinking in his mind, he must have come here in this way, and he must have seen this. उसके बाद दीर्घकाल तक मेरी उपेक्षा के कारण सब रूप यहाँ स्थित मेरी देह को देखा। ओहो now the secret is open. Vasistha is thinking, he must have seen this kutir, and I was sitting there, and he must have seen my body as a dead body. Why? Because I left my body, this is clear now. Vasistha ji left his body, gross body, which is so subtle in our consideration. But Vasistha ji thinks his body was gross body, and he left the body. By mental body he followed that old sound, and he could see the celestial lady there, and followed her and went to enter into the golden rock, where there was a great creation. That means everything was going on by Vasistha's mental body. And that mental body also was grosser to see this subtler world inside the rock. So that celestial lady said to change his mentality, entered into Vasistha's mind and tuned his mind to see the creation inside the rock. That means how subtle one should become to see all these subtler worlds that we can imagine. Now, everything is clear. Vasistha left his gross body in the hut and he went out by mental body. That means mentally he went there. Now he is imagining that great man must have seen my dead body. Dead body means when one goes out of the body, body becomes like dead body. Like dead body, but body never dies. This point should be clear. When the yogis leave their bodies and go out, just as we go out of our room, locking the door, and after some time we come back, the room will be as it was, isn't it? Nothing will happen to it. We can enter into the room again after some time, after some days. You have locked your room in the ashram and gone to Gangotri for some days. When you come back, you will find everything in your room as it is.
But Swamiji, prana, is it with the body or with the mental body? Like
That also is a complicated situation, complicated matter. You have to understand. Prana also, just like mind, has got different labels of it. It will be very, very subtle and very, very gross. In between different phases of mind we see. The subtlemost mind is the prajna, medha. Medha means intuition and feeling for others, etc. All these are very subtle level of mind. And gross mind, just thought waves, gross thought waves, which have contact with the outside objects by our gross senses. That will be gross mind. And subtle mind will be in different phases of it. Subtle, subtler, subtlemost, subtler than subtlemost, again and again. Just as we see the darkness intensifies and light slowly goes on fading in the evening time after sunset. Similarly, the mind also. And similarly, we have to think of prana. Prana is gross when we see it as wind, just wind, which helps the lives of gross bodies, say plants, creepers, or gross animals, or human beings. The prana will be very gross, just oxygen or carbon dioxide for the plants, whatever it is, very thick air, and subtler prana, subtlemost, that will be subtler level of the same wind, which which has origin from the sky. When sky seems to move on or seems to be vibrating, then that starts the prana, subtlemost prana, and that we can say cosmic prana. Cosmic prana will be very subtle, and slowly it grossifies, and grosser forms are created, and it gives some momentum in grosser bodies, and then it activates all those. Just as Vedas say, tat srištva tadanubhisat. First of all, the absolute being, cosmic being, thought of himself to be in some form, subtle form, and it will have subtlemost ego, and then it starts moving, activating. That activation is nothing but thought powers, thoughts. And those thoughts will be so subtle, which are prompted by subtle prana. Prana means energy. So in that subtlemost state, the prana vibrates the ego, and then it goes on thinking. And that prana also is known as sound, because everything is vibration only, waves. So we have to think in different levels. Cosmic prana will be so subtle, we cannot even think by our gross mind. When the Brahmand starts, that means that egg of the universe hatches, and then it becomes two parts. That sound is so subtle, and that is known as the pranav, and from there that is nothing but wave, and that wave is known as energy in the form of sound and prana activating, giving a momentum to every object to move on. So in this way we can think. So what we are discussing, the body when is left by the yogis, the body never dies. The prana remains in it, which is all pervading and subtlemost. But gross prana leaves the body, because mind also has to be in motion. So wherever there is motion, change, a process, the prana has to be there, which gives a momentum, a push. So everywhere prana is there, but somewhere it works in gross way, somewhere it works in a subtle way. Generally, the yogis, they keep the prana steady in the body in some place, in some chakras, center of the body, nerve centers, somewhere wherever the yogi thinks better, it keeps the prana steady there. And then by the gross body, gross prana and gross mind, it goes out. And that mind also will be fourfold mind because it will have all those impressions with it, and it will move on with the force of impressions. If it wants, just as Shankaracharya ji wanted to have some knowledge from the queen, so he entered to the dead body of the king and became alive. The king became alive with the prana of Shankaracharya. And how it happens, see, just as some dacoits came into your room and they saw you are sleeping, so they will arrest you, they will tie up your hands and legs and keep you down the couch, and they will take away everything, whatever they want. And you cannot do anything because you are arrested. Similarly, the strong strong person means with a strong mind. Strong mind means subtle most, which is able to act in subtler ways. That is strength. And subtler ways means it will be steady and very slow and with full success. That is strength. So the yogis, they keep the prana in the body somewhere steady, and they get out of the body with some part of the prana, and the eightfold body and mind also will be there. So by the force of previous thoughts, what he want to do in that subtler body, with that force they will enter into the other body. And that other body also, there are so many holes in the body, in the form of senses, so many holes. Any hole, any way he may choose to enter to the body. And they are entering into the body. He will arrest the subtler body of the dead person or living person also, both way. If the body is dead, then there is no need of arresting the dead body, because dead body has left, the person has left. Dead body means the Jivatma has left this gross body. So it is an empty room. Just like nobody is the owner of the room now. It is going to damage. So he can enter into such dilapidated rooms. What Shankaracharya ji did. But in some other cases, yogis can enter into living beings, just like the bad spirits, they overpower the persons, other persons with very weak mind. They enter into the body and living body, and they arrest the person and keep them aside in the body somewhere, and they dominate over the body and activate as they like. That's how the bad spirits, when they occupy the persons, then persons will behave in a strange way as per the will of the bad spirits. They play havoc. In this way, the yogis also enter into other bodies, and this is possible by yoga practice, and also there is such methods in tantra. In tantra also, leaving your own body, you can enter into or take the form of other bodies, say some animals or some other persons. You can take the other form also. The methods are different, but there is such things. So now, Vasistha ji has left his body, but it was not dead actually. It was a gross body with prana, but the prana and mind in a subtler way left the body, whereas a portion of it was there present in the body. A person with mental personality, it went out. Now when he came, he is thinking, my body was here, but I don't see the body. That means this person, the great person who has occupied my heart, he must have seen my body as dead. So he must have thrown out my body. Something has happened. He left his body in the kutir. Now it is not found.
Swamiji, but in the beginning of the story, right? Beginning of the beginning, Vasistha says he is in the land of immortal beings. I am established. I have already realized that I am in the land of immortal beings. That is where he is contemplating. Okay, these worldly affairs are not not to my this one anymore, and then he meditates. So
Who?
Vasistha
In the beginning. In the Pardon?
in the beginning of the tale of the rock,
Yes.
Vasistha, when he contemplates that he wants to move away from sounds, right?
Ah.
He is already in the land of immortal beings.
Immortal being, we cannot say what is the land of immortal being. That means space of consciousness. But that also, now it is not so, because such beings, subtler beings are moving there. So this is not the Chidakas, it is not the sky of absolute awareness. It is somewhat creative space where all these are possible. some movements. So what happened?
So it is just it's just a subtler world where similar, body
Yes,
within
yes,
body and all that happens.
yes, yes. That is what we are trying to understand. This subtleness has different levels of subtleness. Subtler than subtler, again subtler, just as twilight we say, or morning, slowly the darkness disappears, visibility starts, that means light enters into, and slowly it becomes more light and less darkness. So this process is so subtle and so slow, it is very hard to understand actually in what phase what goes on. Somewhat ideas we must have, isn't it? When we become like Vasistha, then we can see all these clearly. Then only it is possible. To that subtle level we must be able to reach. Then only we can see everything clearly. Our mind, our intellect is so gross. We must have some ideas. Now Vasistha is unable to see his mind, see his old body, and he is imagining that great man must have seen this body, my body, as a dead body. And what he must have done? उसके बाद दीर्घ काल तक मेरी उपेक्षा के कारण सब रूप यहाँ स्थित मेरी देह को देखा। देखने के बाद यह नहीं जाना कि मैं यहीं पर आऊँगा, यहीं फिर आऊँगा। इससे मेरे शरीर को इन्होंने अन्यत्र फेंक कर इस कुटिया में अपना आसन जमाया है। He must have thought somebody is dead here, dead body is left here, he must have gone. So he saw for long time my absence. So he must have thought over this body to be dead, and he must have thrown it out and occupied the room. Some dead bird person is sitting here. Throw it out. This must have been happened, the case. Vasistha ji thought in this way. अब मेरा तो शरीर यह नष्ट हो गया है, अतः मैंने यह निश्चय किया कि इस आतिवाहिक देह से ही मैं अपने सप्तर्षि लोक को जाऊं। यों निश्चय कर ज्यों ही मैं जानने के लिए उद्यत हुआ, त्यों ही मेरे पूर्व संकल्प के नष्ट हो जाने से वह कुटिया भी अदृश्य हो गई और वहाँ केवल शुद्ध आकाश मंडल ही रह गया। वह सिद्ध भी समाधि अवस्था में ही निराधार होकर नीचे की ओर गिरने लग गया, समझे? बस it is narrating the Rama. When I saw from a distance, my body is not found there, and somebody is occupying my room. So I thought with this Ativahik body, means eightfold body, the individual soul, the subtler body. With this subtler body, you know how it is made up of 8 aspects, five units of senses, Sabda, Sparsa, Roop, Ras, Gandh, and of course 5 units are there, means 5, it will take the form of 5 senses whenever need arises. And the fourfold mind and prana, subtler prana. Just now we discussed prana also can leave the body and also remain in the body. For example, when somebody dies, say some animal died, okay, it was lying for some time, it was not disposed of. So what we see? It will start rotting. And what will happen? In the body, there will be some worms. From the flesh, rotten flesh, and those blood, rotten blood. Some worms are taken origin. Where from they get prana? Huh? There should be, there has to be prana in the whole dead body. Then only these pranis, these living beings, worms, they can take their origin. Or else where from they will get their body and prana. That means prana is all pervading, it is found everywhere, but in different labels it works. In a gross way, in a subtle way, in subtle most ways. Of course, the Jivatma, the eightfold body, the individual soul has left the body, but yet there will be so many things in it. All the 5 elements will be there. 5 elements which are the ingredients of the composition of the body. Body is made up by 5 elements. So prana will be there, vayu will be there, the sky also will be there. That is how we say after death the body decomposes, they go to their origin, original source, 5 elements. Decomposition means this. That means prana will be there, fire will be there, everything will be there in this subtler form. Gross form goes with this subtler body, that means individual body, eightfold body. And that will be driven by the force of your sanskaras, your karmas, which are taken as the seeds of your whole life. which gives a momentum to go ahead, to act in subtler levels, or again taking a gross body, act in grosser ways. It is decided by the overall controller, considering the nature of your sanskaras which were hold.
Abhijit, one very basic question. What is the sadhak supposed to gain from the story of leaving the body and what makes this so special? Ultimately, he's just imagining the rock or whatever, and I'm also imagining without leaving the body. So, what is the
Arey bhai, the whole world is nothing but imaginations. But in the different levels, how the world is going on. Though we think grossly, we have a gross body, we die, and what happens to the soul after death? And how the life goes on eternally, and how the creation, what happens to the creation when we are dead, our body is dead, or a person gets liberated, means he gives up all these functions. He gets away from it, gets eternal stability. He never works anymore. Then what happens to this, our so-called creation? All these we are trying to understand. Everything is only mental. It is a mental case. Everything is based on our thinking. What we think, how do you think, up to what extent you can think, and how it appears to be real, and how it becomes unreal, up to what extent it becomes unreal. Suppose our ancestors have dead and gone. Okay? For some generations we go on giving some pinda, we do some rituals for the dead souls. Do they really get it? How do they receive our rituals what we offer to them with feelings, with our emotions? What happens to all these? Suppose somebody, they are your relation, somebody is away from you, far away, thousands of kilometers away. You think of him. What happens? Whether he is influenced by your thoughts, your feelings, or not, all these we feel, we discuss. This is our life. Everything is not around us all the time in all situations. Everything is away from us. Few things we find around us as a situation by some time, which are changeable by time, space, and conditions, and yet we go on. How do we go on? How our life is continued? How all these relationships are not disturbed? All these are parts and parcel of our life. Is it not to be understood? This is what we are discussing. What else? It is question of life and creation and its existence and dissolution. This is what we try to understand. Everything is in different levels. Gross people, just the worldly people, they don't give so much importance to go to such depth of life. What is life? That is our discussion. What are you? Everything is centered on I. What am I? Where am I? What am I? Where am I? Why am I? Where from am I? And what are my relations? How it is? How it works? How do I perform some actions? Actions and reactions, cause and effect. How is my life? This is what we discuss. Is there anything else other than this? What we think or what we discuss or what we learn from our so-called school or colleges or from our life. What do we do? For everything we think and have some relation and do some actions and get the reactions. This is our life. If this is not understood properly, our life becomes haphazard and we are subject to sorrows, problems and so many problems, so many kinds of problems. Life becomes haphazard. Life becomes a full hazard. This is what we discuss. Wherever you go, whether it is philosophy or it is your so-called subjects of your school and colleges, wherever you go, we are based upon our life only. We deal with our life. If you don't understand your life, then your life becomes miserable. This is what is to be done. And we are entering into such depth of subtleness, how is world, how it acts in different levels. That is what Vasistha is explaining. What else?
Swamiji, this subtle imagination is only possible in samadhi state, like leaving the body, like he's describing, not in ordinary,
If you start thinking, contemplating, mind slowly gets one pointed, that becomes subtle. And slowly you can enter into the depth of the subject. And then a time will come, mind will keep quiet without getting any way out. That is called meditation. Whether you forcibly withdraw it from the senses or it becomes automatic. That is what always I tell. The moment you sit, your mind should be emptied. No objects should you think. Mind should be steady. The moment you close your senses, it should be absolutely steady. In what condition it is possible? Only when your senses are tired of and they have understood their work capacity and their limitations. Mind has understood its limitations, then only it will keep quiet, or else it plays havoc. Life becomes so miserable. That's how it is said. Dukhalayam asasvatam. This is what we are doing. This is the only job one should do. And everybody does knowingly or unknowingly. Even a ignorant, worldly person, he does everything just as we are doing, but he is not aware of what he is doing, what he thinks, what he does, he is not aware of it. He has no control over it. Only thing, the persons who know it, who have some control over it, they live the life in a better way, that is all. What else? Even the worldly persons, they are living as they like, as per the situation. You are also living. You have a life, they have also a life. What difference? What is the difference? Difference in level of life. What is the difference in a life of a judge and a peon? What is the difference? A labor who is breaking the stone day and night, and a magistrate. What difference is there? Both are living their lives.
Circumstances are complete.
That is what is the difference. When you know your life, when you understand your life, you get some control over it. That is the joy you enjoy. What else? Football players, some has full control over the football and some have no control. Who will win the game? And what happens if you win the game or lose the game? What is the difference? So, Vasistha is planning now. Because my body, gross body is not found here, it must have been destroyed. So let me go back to my abode. Where is the abode of Vasistha ji? Saptarshi Mandal. There are 7 stars in a form of question mark. They go round, always circulating on the center of pole star. Pole star is the center. So, some people imagine the pole star is the center of our universe. And all these 7 stars, they are the great controller of the universe by moving around the center. They keep up the whole balance of the whole universe. Just as you must have seen, there will be big pig, and around it the farmers, they make the oxen go round and harvest their paddy or wheat. All the bulls, they will go round the center. Similarly, and they will have connection among themselves, isn't it? So that they will keep up the balance and whole circle will go on. In that way, these seven stars, they keep up the balance of the whole universe, and they are the controller. Seven stars. Who are they? One of them is Vasistha, Angira, Kratu, Pula, Pulast, or eh? Agastya. In this way, and they say, if you can see Vasistha, and beside it, there will be a very small star, Arandhuti, his wife. If you can see that small star with bare eyes, then you are not going to die. If you cannot see, then you are going to die within 6 months. The astrologers, they have some ideas. Anyway, Vasistha's abode is in that Saptarshi Mandal, in that circle. So Vasistha's thought, now I don't have body, let me go there with my subtle body. I shall have to go back. He came from there only. तो क्या बोले वशिष्ठ जी? यह सिद्ध भी समाधि अवस्था में ही निराधार. Then Vasistha started going back to his eternal abode, and when he went, he forgot about the mental heart made by him. He forgot it. So the heart also disappeared because it was mental. It was made by his sankalpa. So when he forgot it, that heart was disappeared. Because it was nothing but a thought which had taken a form. So when the thought is gone, Sri Kutya also will disappear. Then what will happen to the great man? He finding no base. He was sitting in that mental structure, so that was his basement. Just as we are sitting here, we are supported by something. If this will be taken out, then what will happen to you? You will start falling. If the earth will be taken out, where you are in the sky. What will happen? What will happen to you? Whether you will fall down or you will go up. Ask the people who have gone to have spacewalk. What happens there? What happens in the neutral zone? Huh? In the neutral zone, nothing happens. There is no attraction of anyone, anybody there. So you can walk in the sky if you like. If you remain, you will not fall down, nor you will be pushed up. Nothing happens. And you can put your table like this in the sky, and if you want to do something over the table, that also you can do. Nothing will fall down, nothing will get away from it. So some some scientists, they say some such some such space travelers, they had gone somewhere, sometime, and they had left some garbage there, and it is lying there. Just as we throw something in the roadside, it remains there if it is not taken away by wind. It remains there just as it is. Similarly, in this space, nothing is there. Nothing will happen. The moment you go towards some object, the object will attract you. That's how all these objects in the sky, all these stars are, whatever we see, they are as they are, they don't clash against each other, they don't strike against each other because of their attractive power. One attracts the other, and both will have some zone where both the attractions will be zero. And that is called neutral zone. So Vasistha ji is thinking now, when he goes back, his mind is no more thinking of the gross body nor the kutia he made. So now that kutia disappeared, and that person, he started falling down because he had no basement. Basement means the kutia had some floor. When you make something, whether it is gross or subtle, it will have everything. The floor and the roof and the walls and the doors, windows, everything it will have. So when the kutia disappears, that basement which was made by Vasistha's mind, that also is absent now. So he has to fall down without any holding object, without any base. He started falling down. Vasistha ji saw. कुटिया जब अदृश्य हो गई और वहाँ केवल शुद्ध आकाश मंडल ही रह गया, वह सिद्ध भी समाधि अवस्था में ही निराधार होकर नीचे की ओर गिरने लग गए. Because that kutia disappeared, so the Siddha started falling down. What do you mean by the word down? Now we were discussing in the sky what is down, what is up. Now this is to be discussed. What is down and what is up? What is side or this side or that side in the sky, eternal sky, limitless sky. How do you think? See, there are so many objects in the sky. See the stars, moon and sun or planets or so many things are there. Sky is not empty. It is full of objects. That's how Vasistha could not see any lonely place. Because we don't see, don't think all this is empty. Sky is not empty. It is full of everything. So everything has the influence over the other. That is attraction. Understood now? If we throw some stone up, it falls down. Why? Because the earth is the basement and earth has got so much attraction. It has some attraction up to some distance. Then when its attraction is nil, zero, then others will start attracting that side. So wherever the object is found, it will attract other objects towards it. So that is how we have to understand down or up. If from the neutral zone between sun and earth, if the spacecraft comes to the zone of earth, it will come down. And if it goes towards the sun, we have to say it is going up. For us, it will be up. Understood now? Up or down? Relative terms. So, because we are on the earth, we have to say it is coming down. Because of the earth is basement for all these objects. When it goes beyond our limits, then it goes up. And when we say, see the sky, what is going on in the sky? What do we see? We see up only. Why up, why not down? Sky is all pervading. Why it is up, why not down? Why? Because you see our habit is to see something ahead, overhead, because everything is round. Everything is round. The sky is, because it is all pervading. So when we see the sky, it is above us. Though it is down us, below us, when we go to America, there also we see overhead, because it is all pervading. Everywhere the sky is present. So when we see up means it is all pervading. In all directions. In all directions. Akhanda mandalakaram. That's how we see up. So now the body fell down, started falling down. So what will you understand by down? When we are talking of Vasistha, now he is abode, of course, there in 7 stars. But we think here from the earth level. Ramji is on the earth level and Vasistha is sitting before Ram in Dasarathaji's meeting hall. Okay? Now, considering all these, we have to understand what is down. Got the point? It was falling down the sky towards the earth. Vasistha didn't go to find that place from Saptarshi Mandal. He had gone from here only, from Ajodhya. But now finding nobody, he has to go to his own abode, old abode, eternal abode. Anyway, the body was falling down because it had lost its basement. स्वप्न संकल्प की शांति हो जाने पर जैसे स्वप्न का नगर ध्वस्त हो जाता है, वैसे ही मेरे संकल्प की शांति हो जाने पर, जब वह कुटिया नष्ट हो गई, तब मेघ से जल समूहों के सदृश वहाँ से वह गिरने लगे। इसीलिए वह बादल और मेघ बारिश का उदाहरण दे रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम तो यहीं बैठ के सोचते सब धरती के ऊपर से। वह उस समय वह ऐसे प्रतीत हो रहे थे मानो वायु से छिन्न किया गया मेघमंडल आकाश से गिर रहा हो, या प्रलय काल में चंद्रबिंब आकाश से गिर रहा हो, या पुण्य का क्षय हो जाने पर वैज्ञानिक गिर रहा हो, या मूल के कट जाने पर वृक्ष गिर रहा हो, या आकाश से फेंका गया पत्थर गिर रहा हो, वे आगे कही जाने वाली कांचन भूमि के ऊपर गिरे। कांचन भूमि, somewhere in a golden ground. He fell down. So he was falling down. I saw him, Vasistha saw him, and he was falling like the water drops of the cloud, or a patch of cloud falling down, as it were, or some stone or something falling down. I saw him, and at last his body fell down on a golden pasture. Now, he was in samadhi. His samadhi is not broken. So how he will fall? Whether he will fall head up, legs down, or head down, legs up. In what way he will fall down? That also we have to consider.
In first place, first he is claiming, how can he claim that I forgot the hurt and still be seeing?
Pardon?
He is first claiming I forgot all about my imagination, hurt, everything.
So he forgot. So the kutia was not there, but he has not forgotten about the Siddha. The thought which is not there, it will be absent. Other thoughts are there. Are thought means it has got a form.
He is making him fall. Vasisht, he is making him
Yes,
fall.
as he thinks, it will appear to him. As you think, so you see.
So he is just also product of his imagination.
Yes, that is what he is explaining all through. He is giving his only imaginations. How many times he has emphasized on this point? Ramji, I am telling you only my thought waves. Huh? All these stories are my imaginary stories. What else? What did you hold till now? Everything is mental. Storage only. Storage means thought waves. He was so many times he emphasized on this. Oh Ram, I am just telling you some imaginations, my imaginations. And all these imaginations, all these thought waves have rules and regulations, all the rules of the creation, how it influences others, how it takes the form, how it how it have relation with other things, other objects, other thoughts. All this we are just, that's how he is telling the whole world is nothing but imaginations. And you have got everything in this world. Your life, your relations, your actions and reactions, everything is there. All these are imaginations. Why special he is telling only?
But Swamiji, his going into samadhi itself is imagination.
Yes, everything imagination. Everything. And all these imaginations are centered on one I. One I. That is you, or anywhere that I is there. That I is present all over, everywhere. Wherever there will be some I, the world will start around it. See the circle. How many centers will be there in the circle? There are innumerable circles within one circle. Wherever, anywhere you can find a center. Don't think one center is there only. Similarly, wherever there is an I, it is the center of the whole creation. And whether it is strong I or small I or weak I, that is different. A strong I, a complete, all-pervading I is known as creator, and a weak I and good for nothing I is known as individual being. What else? And you have also your world around you, which is different from others' worlds. These are individual worlds, and altogether is universal world. There will be one person, which is the creator. He has created you. You have created so many innumerable beings within you. How many creations are within you?
Swamiji,
Huh?
can we say samadhi is also an imagination? It is
Yes, yes.
not absolute truth.
Yes, my dear, you have come to the point. They see everything in samadhi means that is all round focus of the mind. Everything together. But it is an imagination. When you say Samadhi, you utter the word samadhi. Don't you have some ideas of samadhi?
A little bit. It is definitely
Some ideas about samadhi. That is your understanding of samadhi. Similarly with everyone. And Patanjali has said something on samadhi. And not only Patanjali ji, so many great souls have told so many things about not only samadhi, so many other kinds of samadhi, bhav samadhi, jad samadhi, sahaj samadhi, savikalp samadhi, nirvikalp samadhi. How many kinds of samadhis are there? Once we started talking on samadhi, it took 2-3 months only on samadhi, taking all the kinds of meanings of samadhi. So many kinds of samadhis are there. Samadhi means literally the balanced state of the mind. Mind is there. So if it is nirvikalp, of course there will not be any vibratory system of the mind, but mind will be there. And when the mind is steady, it is not called mind, but it is something which holds everything. That we should understand. It is just like the all-pervading sky. Whether the sky is moving or it is steady, unmoving, whether it is empty or it is full, solid. How do you say? What is solidness and what is emptiness? Both mean same thing. Empty means having nothing other than it, isn't it? And solid means having nothing other than it. How do you keep difference? Solid means empty. This is the magic of words. So all these are imaginations, but some imaginations we need to have systematically to understand the sequence, the process and the laws, so that we can have some control over it, so that our life will be systematic and we can lead our life in a better way. What is better, what is good and what is best? Some way which we like, that is better way. What else we can mean?
Swamiji, Vasistha ji forgot about his kutia, but not the yogi who was sitting there.
Yes.
But the yogi who was sitting there did not forget. Then how did he get infected?
What he didn't forget?
The yogi who was sitting in the kutia, in his mind the kutia must have been there. Though Vasistha ji forgot, but still he is falling.
Yes. See, there is relationship between the Vasistha's thought and yogi's thought. Now we have to enter into still deeper. Vasistha ji thought of a kutia, it appeared before him. Now, that thought was seen by the other Siddha. Okay? He saw the thought in the form of a Kutia. Okay. Now, Vasistha withdraw the thought. But now the person is not thinking of the kutia. Beforehand he thought of the kutia. Now he is in samadhi. His mind is in a balanced state. So there is no thought of kutia. So now Vasistha can withdraw. Got the point? If he will be seeing the kutia and he will be sitting in the kutia, then there will be tug of war between two thoughts. Vasistha will be thinking of the kutia and he will be also thinking of the kutia. Vasistha all alone cannot withdraw the idea. Isn't it?
Like this only, what is the guarantee like this Siddha is also not Vasishtha's imagination only? He's also
Everything is imagination. What guarantee you want? Guarantee is even imagination and only waves, thought waves. Can you deny it? You are also thinking, I am also thinking, I am speaking, you are hearing, say, and we are going through the thoughts of somebody which is called Vasistha. And only thoughts are around all of us. Only waves, disturbance. So many thought waves are clashing against each other around us. Don't you see it? Whatever I am telling, I am thinking something, you are thinking something, he is thinking something. All around only thought waves and clashing against each other and dashing and going on, havoc, playing havoc. Out of these some things strike with our thought waves. This is how the whole creation is full of commotion. The whole sky is full of creations, creations, creations. Everybody is within the other, everything is within the other, without the other, around the other, inside the other. The only way to wash up everything, or else you have no end to it. There is no end to it. Neither to your life nor others' life or any worlds. Worlds never are created nor they are destroyed. If you see your world, it is as long as you are there. It is your world. Don't think you can force others to see your world. They cannot. Only yogis can tune their mind with your mind, they can see, or else not others. Okay? See this, what is going on around you. That's how the yogis say how our prana also vibrates around us. We call it aura. How it attracts others. Our personality has attraction and distraction also. Some people, if you see, you feel not like seeing again. And some persons, when you see him, you will be so much attracted, just as the magnet attracts the irons. so many types of situations around us. Because we don't understand, we are not worried of it. Basit or dusre, all other yogis, they are so subtle, they are disturbed with small things. And they can avoid them also easily. Both way, both way. That's how Vasistha was disturbed even in the sky. Do you get disturbed in the sky? Huh? Late night? Nothing is there. You don't see, you are not disturbed because you don't see anything. You have no relation, communication with other objects. That's how you are not disturbed. So we are just discussing to understand the laws of creation, that's all. What is creation, what are I, what are you, what are all these persons, what is this creation, how it is, where it is. तो फिर क्या कहे? That body started falling down. Okay? वे आगे कही जाने वाली कांचन भूमि के ऊपर गिरे. That body fell down in a golden field somewhere. This will be told afterwards. Now something else. How he was falling. How did he? How Vasistha looked at him, how he was falling. That is what I was telling you, whether the head down or head up, how he was falling. भद्र, मेरा पहले का संकल्प यह रहा कि यह कुटिया तब तक रहे. अभी आपको उत्तर मिल रहा है. भद्र, मेरा पहले का संकल्प यह रहा कि यह कुटिया तब तक रहे जब तक कि मेरा यहाँ स्थिति बनी रहे. I thought previously, as long as I am here, so long this kutia should be here. This was my first thought of the kutia. So, the moment I started going away, the kutia has to dissolve. Because of the force of my first thought, that will act. In the courts, when the judges, they cannot decide something effectively, they go to some other historical evidence how some judge decided what in what situation. They take the example of old judges. Isn't it? Because they cannot decide it. So this is how we are also thinking of the thoughts. How do the thoughts act? How do they act? The first thought will overpower over the other after latter thoughts. See, for example, when you started from Uttarkashi to go to Gangotri, you just thought of seeing Gangotri, and that has background to come back again to your place. though you don't think it strongly, yet it is activating on the ground. Because you are going from here to Gangotri, so you have to come back here after seeing the Gangotri. Isn't it? In between, you will see so many other places, so many other persons, so many things you will go across, and you have to see everything and have some transaction with them. Say, after some time you will see, going few kilometers, you will see the Maneri Dam, you will like to see it. But all the time you are seeing Maneri Dam, and you will see Bhatwadi also, that Surya Mandir, everything you will go on seeing. Hot water spring in Gangnani, everything you will see. But all the time that underlying thought will be working, after seeing all these, I have to come back home. That though it is not dominating now, but it is influencing all these thoughts from the ground itself, because it is the basement. Similarly, our thought waves, whatever we think, one thought will be influenced by the other thoughts done previously, with what effect? If it is dominating for some time, up to that time it will be acting underground, and then it will disappear. From coming back from Gangotri, when you reach your home, then that coming back to home will disappear. Other thoughts also will disappear with that. Understood now? How the thoughts are related with other thoughts. Though you are visiting Surya Mandir at Bhatwadi, yet coming back to, you will come back to your home. That also is working underground. And you will leave Bhatwadi and go towards Gangotri, that thought also working at the same time. All the thoughts are working simultaneously. And the thought at present will dominate over other underlying thoughts, and it will work out. In this way, so many thoughts, they work out at a time. Understood now? You see so many complications. Yes.
Tantu Swamiji, on the same way, can we say that a underlying thought is of a Sakshi bhava, that I am Sakshi, but whatever the other thoughts are coming, I don't have any relationship with them. They will come, they go. But underlying thought is I am Sakshi.
Of
Will
course.
that work for a sadhak?
Of course, of course. See, when we are traveling in plane, how many ideas work in our mind? We sit down, so many things we see on the ground, mountains and forests, and people traveling in the, uh, say some villages or towns. They will be just like ants moving here and there, and we will be seeing around us so many clouds or so many other things, and at the same time we will be aware of our co-travelers, isn't it? We'll be talking to them and seeing them also. And all the time we'll be aware of our hostess and our pilot and our things down our seat. So many thoughts will be working together and so many sides, so many visions. This is how mind is so restless. How it can be steadied? So many thoughts. And when the overflowing thoughts are somehow withdrawn or disturbed or gone, the underlying thoughts will raise up their heads. This is how, while we sit for meditation, the underlying thoughts which are thought over before, they come up and they disturb us, and that's how mind is. Mind always slips away. We have to destroy all these from the base itself. It is not easy a job. So many thoughts are working simultaneously together. So we can say in samadhi and in state of realization, mukti, it is just like a white paper where from rubbed out all the marks, pencil marks, all the dots, all the lines are rubbed out. Now the white paper is there. Whether there are all these dots, all these lines, all these ideas are not, whether they are there or not, what can be said? Anything is everywhere present at all conditions at all time. When we reach such a consequence, what happens? Mind has to keep quiet. That is the way to blessedness. It has to keep quiet. It will not hanker for any particular object, because everything is everywhere there. Everything belongs to me. That's how accepting everything, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Whole creation is mine. I am the creation. Then only mind can keep quiet. Our job is, what for we are struggling all this? Only to have peace of mind. Peace of mind, that is our goal. What else? Anand. And that peace is obtained when the mind gets steadied, that balanced. That's all. Whether it is samadhi or it is sky or it is I or you, whether it is creation or liberation, doesn't matter. Don't worry for all these. Meaningless search. Of course, we reach such level of consequence, but alas, we don't accept it. we don't dare to have it. We want to be busy all the time, isn't it? That is our habit, that is our characteristic. We cannot keep quiet. That is the whole trouble with us. So tomorrow we shall see further how that Siddha will fall down and where he is going to fall down. See, this is the story of Golden Duck. It is an unending story. Okay. पहले संकल्प कैसे बाद का संकल्प के साथ एडजस्ट करता है या फाइट करता है, उसको भी देखना पड़ेगा। कभी कभी हम पहले कुछ सोचते हैं और उसके बाद अगेंस्ट इसका सोचते हैं, जबकि वो पहला थॉट स्ट्रांग रहता है। कैसे? उदाहरण के लिए, I thought of taking upavas, observing upavas in Ekadasi day. Okay, this is the basic thought. This will be very strong. But Ekadasi is day after tomorrow. So tomorrow I thought, or I shall think, yes, I shall observe fasting, but I can take some fruits. What is there? I have to take some medicines. Without eating, I cannot take medicines. So I have to take something. See that taking something is dominating over the thought fasting, and yet fasting will be the stronger, and fruits thought, though it acts over that, yet it is weaker than the fasting. What the idea of fasting, what was in the beginning? That will idea before the thought, that will dominate throughout till that fasting is over. And in between, sometimes fruits. What kind of fruits? Or fruit juice, or milk. So many thoughts will come in between, and they will clash against each other, and the stronger will win over, and the stronger will work out. In this way, within one thought, so many thoughts will be acting. All the time the fight is going on. Battlefield. क्या बोले थे? हाँ वही तो. So tomorrow we shall see further how he is falling down, where is he falling down, why, in what way, why he should fall down. कंबल का बाल एक एक निकालो, देखेंगे. हरि ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति 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 सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि